Hey everyone, Goji Fan Predator 2003 here with another review. Now this one isn't going to be an Ultra Monster or a Godzilla monster, so well it scales well with the 500 series, so here he is. Here is Knifehead from Pacific Rim. Now this figure actually came out quite recently, about a year ago or so, and I'd say it scales well with the 500 series figures. I mean, here he is next to Cyber Gomorrah. Although they probably be around the same height, it's scaled enough. Scaled good enough. So yeah, let's get into his lore. He was created by a race of aliens in Pacific Rim, where kaiju appear in the Pacific, in a trench, and thus became the name of Pacific Rim. And the kaiju just kept on coming. So then they built mechs called Jaegers to fight them. However, this one is special. I think it's a category 3 or 4. So, yeah, this guy is going to be tough. So, getting into when he first appeared, he was first appearing in, I believe, the Arctic or Alaska, and was in the water. And Gypsy Danger arrived just in time to save a boat before it got killed by, well, before it got destroyed by Knifehead here. Now, getting into their battle, Knifehead seemed to have a bit of an upper hand till Gypsy started pummeling him and nearly killed him. Gypsy thought that, well, the crew of Gypsy thought that he had died, but he was still alive, still at a pulse, meaning he was still ready to go. And before he went down fully, he got to have one last shot, biting off his arm, damaging much of the leg, and eventually, Knifehead died. Only one pilot from Gypsy Danger managed to escape alive. Well, barely, anyways. But so far, that's it for Knifehead. A very tough monster, and judging by how his body looks, you can tell that you could say that he's a relative to Trespasser. And that seems to be it for his screen time during Pacific Rim. Now let's compare him to some other monsters, shall we? You already saw how he looked to Gomorrah, so here's a bit of a size comparing to Tyrant. If these two were to ever fight, I'm not sure who would have the upper hand. They're both very strong, but I'm just not so sure. I'm not so sure which one would win. Here's next to Dinosaur Tank, and man, this is something. He had a bit of a good fight. And you know what? Word of warning. These claws are very sharp. Even the end of this, it feels sharp. And the teeth inside of him, they are sharp. So let's get into detail. As I said, his claws are very sharp. They could definitely do damage to your hands if you're too rough with them. Same goes for the little hands inside of him. I like that how they're I like how they managed to sculpt some texture into there. Certainly feels real. And you can definitely see how they kept this accurate. I mean, look at this. Practically screen accurate, but on a much smaller scale, save for the yellow linings. There were a few other linings on him in the movie, but they did what they could. And the tail is rather small. Kind of looks like a scorpion tail. And this tail end is sharp too. Same goes with the feet. The feet don't move at all. But take a look at this. Around the waist area, he has some articulation. And I can't I can't move these arms all the way back. Well, one of them anyways. The little ones, they just go up and down. Look, it's like covering his crotch. Bit of fun there. But his head doesn't move. Jaws don't open or close. But you can certainly see in there. I like that they painted the tongue red, but I feel like they could have gone a bit more. They could have added some sort of wash in the mouth to make it feel like it's real. And they just painted over his eye with that blue streak. Looks like he's crying. Jesus Christ. Why are you crying? And here's the top of the head. Man, kind of looks like a bird head or a shark. But I certainly like how they added detail on here. Same goes for the back shell. As you can tell, the spikes aren't as pronounced, but it's something. Oh, jeez. This guy can get caught easily. As for the paint, well, you can see the yellow lines on him. Feel like they were lacking in a few places. But this seems good. I still feel like they should have painted the claws. But, and yeah. So far, I'd say details is decent. Very decent. Now, again, let's do a bit of a comparison. Here's also Super Cough. They'll probably be around the same size, but yeah, it's something. Get a good fight out of it. And again, do not play rough with this figure. It will hurt you. This thing can and possibly will hurt you due to how sharp it is. So yeah, this is not recommended for little kids to be playing with. Nor are the other two I currently have. Here's also Raiju. I'll be doing reviews on them in the future, but still the claws are quite sharp. Ugh, and this guy that likes can move, kick it. And they also have a bending wire. And here's also Otachi. Ugh. Seriously, this is rubber, but these claws are not to be messed with. Look at these. Look how thin they are. They can hurt. They are pointy, and surprisingly, the rubber ends are a bit pointy. But yeah, that's something. Yeah. So do not play with these figures because they will hurt you. These will hurt you very much, and you will regret it. Possibly. And if you don't get broken, then these might get broken first. Because, well, they feel like they're made of fragile material, but still strong, but I wouldn't risk it. I would not risk breaking them to their limits. So, yeah. As for my thoughts on Knifehead, I'd say it's a pretty decent design. I feel like they could have added a bit more or make his body a bit more unique, but hey, it's something. Plus, I feel like he's related to Trespasser. Again, with the arms and such, he might be related to Trespasser, because Trespasser's nickname is also Axehead, so there's that. Yeah. And, yeah. I'd say he's a pretty good figure. I'd say he's a very, very good figure. And make sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you don't, this guy is going to hurt you. So, I'd do it.